We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello friends, in this video let's see the concept of deadlock. First of all, what is deadlock? Deadlock is nothing, it is the situation when more number of processes need the same resources. In general example, let's see traffic jam. If we don't have any traffic signal, then all the lanes are blocked because all the vehicles want the same road. So this situation is called deadlock. Introduction to deadlock. Its formal definition is deadlock are set of blocked processes, each holding a resource and waiting to acquire a resource held by another process. In below figure, circle indicate a process and square indicate a resource. In this figure, process A hold a resource R and request for resource S, same as process B hold resource S and request for resource T. Process C hold resource T and request for resource R. So all processes hold some resources and request for another resources which is held by another process. So all the processes are in blocked form because they all want some resources to continue the task which is held by another process. Now 4 conditions for deadlock. These are the 4 necessary conditions for deadlock. If all the 4 conditions are there, then deadlock would be there in the system. First condition is mutual exclusion condition, means each resource assigned to exactly one process or is available, means resource is not shareable, it's only assigned to exactly one process, otherwise it's available. Second one is hold and wait condition, means process holding a resource can request additional resource. As we seen in previous example, each process hold some resource and request for another resource. For example, A hold resource R and request for resource S. This type of situation is called hold and wait condition. Third one is no preemption condition, means previously granted resources cannot forcibly taken away. We cannot taken away any resource from process if it is granted. Okay, it's called a no preemption condition. Fourth condition is circular wait condition, means it must be a circular chain of 2 or more processes, each is waiting for resource held by next member of chain, means it's a circular chain type. In previous example we already see that A is hold R and request for S, B is hold S, request for T, C is hold T and request for R. So this one is circular chain. So this condition is called circular wait condition. So these are the 4 conditions. If this 4 condition must be held simultaneously in a system, then a deadlock occur. Now let's see deadlock solution or strategy for handling deadlock. These are the 4 deadlock solution or strategy for handling deadlock. One is deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance, deadlock detection and recovery, deadlock ignorance. We will discuss this all technique in detail one by one, but in this video I am going to discuss deadlock prevention technique. Now deadlock prevention. What is deadlock prevention? In this technique it try to find out solution before deadlock occur, means as we know we have 4 necessary condition for deadlock. So this technique try to remove or make false all the 4 condition, or this technique at least try to remove or make false any one of the condition. So at least one of the 4 necessary condition. 4 necessary condition is are mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption and circular wait. So it try to remove or make false any one of the condition to prevent deadlock. So let's see how to remove or make false any one of the condition. First condition is mutual exclusion. Now, what is mutual exclusion? Mutual exclusion means each resource assigned to exactly one process or is available. Means if resource is not shareable, then it's called a mutual exclusion. Now, if we want to make it false, then we have to make resources shareable. So, resource, but it's not possible to prevent deadlock by preventing mutual exclusion. Practically, it's not possible as certain resources cannot be shareable safely. For example, printer. In printer, what happens? Pooling can be worked. There is a memory assigned. What is pooling? Pooling means memory assigned with the printer which store job for each of the process into it. Then printer collect all the jobs and print each one of them according to first come first serve basis. The process doesn't have to wait for the printer and it can continue whatever it was doing. Later it collect all the output when it produced. Although spooling can be effective approach to violate mutual exclusion, but it suffer from two problems. One problem is this cannot be applied to every resource. Spooling cannot be applied to every resource. We cannot apply spooling to another resource, like as plotter. In plotter we cannot apply spooling. Okay, then another problem is race condition. So we cannot violate mutual exclusion for a process practically mutual exclusion is not possible. Now second is attacking the hold and wait condition. Means we try to make it false or remove this hold and wait condition. Now hold and wait condition lies when a process hold a resource and waiting for some another resource to complete its task. So so what we can do, a process can get all required resource before it execution start. We can give all the required resource before it execution start, but it's also not possible that we can assign all the resources before it execution start. What's problem? Problem may be one is reduced throughput. It reduced throughput as resources are held by processes even when they are not needed. So it reduces throughput. And second problem is may not know required resource at start of run. All processes may not know how many resources they want. Okay, so these are the problems. So practically hold and wait condition is also not possible. Now next condition is no preemption. So we try to remove this condition, attacking the no preemption condition. Now what is no preemption condition? We cannot take any resource forcibly to the process. If we take the resource away from the process which is causing deadlock, then we can prevent deadlock. This is not a good approach at all. This is not a good approach. For example, consider printer. If printer halfway through its job and we forcibly taken away printer, then what's happened? They cannot store their current state. So they cannot print their whole document again, or they cannot start from where they stop. Okay, so this become an inconsistent state. So attacking the no preemption condition is also practically not possible. Okay, next one is attacking the circular wait condition. Okay, means we make to false or we make to remove, we try to make or we try to remove a circular wait condition. To violate circular wait, we can assign a priority number to each of the resource. Means we assign priority number to each of the resource, and a process can't request for a lesser priority resource. Okay, for example, in below figure, process P1 hold a resource R1 and request for resource R2. So request is granted. Why? Because R2 is greater than R1. Okay, so this request can be granted. Now process P1 hold a resource R2, but they cannot request for R1 because R1 is less than R2. So this request cannot be granted. Okay, so circular wait may be possible. So practically 4 out of 4 circular wait may be possible. So these are the deadlock prevention. Thank you.